Good day. You are watching Dugin's Guidelines. Once again, let us discuss Brexit, as the topic is of paramount importance. Brexit has happened in spite of all efforts applied by the globalist elites, in particular by Washington. We have seen it has come in as a big surprise not only for David Cameron resigning in its wake, but also for the White House, EU leaders and George Soros. Writhing in agony, Soros had summoned his hordes of liberals, LGBT and left-wing anarchists to protest on the London Bridge last Saturday, fiercely chanting "Migrants in, Tories out." The most desperate advocates of an open society in the UK even demanded to cancel the referendum or convene another one. In fact, the most disgusting specimen of the world elite had put almost everything they had against Brexit. But Brexit crushed their bet and they lost. This thought cannot be but relished by these elites fools from Moscow to Donald Trump and Eurosceptics. Now, let us wave emotions aside and try to figure out what actually happened. The first obvious question is, who is next? And here we already have a number of states that are likely to follow the set example. First and foremost, France, where the National Front, a right-wing conservative party, had won the elections to the European Parliament a few years ago with a strong agenda to leave the EU. Marine Le Pen is now in the spotlight again, working her way towards Brexit. Greece, suffocating from Euro debt, now has a new hope. The time has come to say "Ohi" no once again. Only now, the Eurosceptical appeal will be used by the ultra-right-wing Golden Dawn party, as the ultra-left-wing Syriza party has lost the people's trust, having agreed to compromise. In many countries, the right-wing parties celebrate Brexit as their own victory. In Austria, the Freedom Party of Austria; in Germany, the Alternative for Germany; in Italy, the Lega Nord. And they have absolutely very right to do so. This is their victory, verification of their analysis in a new argument for growth. However, enough of jubilating with our European conservative allies, who are, by the way, our natural allies indeed. Let us now try a sober analysis for a change. Europe, without Britain, has an unexpected historical opportunity. We have seen the US, to be more exact, their ruling globalist elite, failing to prevent Brexit. And we may conclude they are not that omnipotent after all, which means you can do what you want irrespective of what Uncle Sam wants. Furthermore, yet another, even more drastic change is possible: a Donald Trump win. Now it's time for the US themselves to exit NATO and abandon their clearly failed role of a world leader. This weakening of the Atlanticism may trigger the Anglo-Saxon exodus from Europe. We cannot miss that chance. Instead of continuing to undermine the European Union, we could try to reform it fundamentally. Apart from a Europe controlled by NATO, there was another project of Europe controlled by France and Germany, de Gaulle and Adenauer's vision. A strong continental Europe could have become a full-fledged geopolitical pole in a multipolar world. That pole could be much more independent and influential than separate national state, which, should Europe fall apart, would return to the routine of conflicts, nationalism, territorial disputes, and fratricidal slaughter. In the event the Franco-German Europe is created without the US patronage and its British vassal, the buffer zone made up of East European puppet regimes will collapse, as a genuine Europe cannot be molded without the Great Russia. Neither Putin speaking about a great Europe from Lisbon to Vladivostok, nor Jean-François Thiriart, a Belgian geopolitical scientist, speaking about the great European empire from Vladivostok to Dublin earlier, mentioned Britain. Moreover, Britain and continental Europe simply cannot fit in the greater Europe together. And now that Britain is out, there is a chance. To cut the long story short, let us skip trivial Euroscepticism, so justified by the circumstances, and rather focus on a productive project to fundamental geopolitical reform of the European Union, this time on a conservative basis. This shall not be a Europe run by Soros, gay parades, and bankers, but a highly spiritual, cultural, and ethical community. Russia could be actively engaged in building a true traditional Europe, reviving its Greek and Roman heritage, just like we did in Palmyra, where we had protected the ancient city against hordes of fanatical barbarians. Many European cities also need liberation, and we can help, just as we did many a time with the Russian Cossacks' horses' hooves, treading the roads of Berlin and Paris. See you next time. You were watching pro-European Dugin's Guidelines. What we really need today is a true holy alliance under the banners of Jesus Christ, promoting healthy conservative values.